This time, DeathCraftDungeon, we're going to take a dollar store round puzzle, 24-piece bad boy, and try to turn it into a D&D prop, like a map, or some sort of puzzle trap, or something of that nature. Haven't figured it out yet? We're going to try it. $1, Dollar Tree. See what happens. DeathCraft style. Let's get to it. Yeah! Alrighty, there's our puzzle. Break it out, put it together. There we go, together. Ta-da! Black bomb it. Alright, 2 reds. You got a berry red and you got a bright red. Sponge it all over there. Where's sponge? Nothing fancy, nothing hard. Just works out. Make it nice and easy. There you go. Red it up. Get that hell red going on. Demon red, oh demon red. Oh, we got that hellish demon red. Alright, then the 2 metallics, you got a royal gold and an antique copper. Just to give you a little bit of something on there. As Big John would say, something to make it pop. And my dog's drinking water. Wonder if you can pick that up. He's chugging away. There you go. See it? Pop. Pop. Pop, 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 pop. Alright, dried up. Big circle. Found me a bowl. Nothing fancy. Made some other circles. I'm just eyeballing this. I need some place for those runes I'm going to put on there. Just something weird. Yeah, I did a little half circle action there. It's all eyeballed. Nothing's fancy. Nothing's perfect. And that old tuna can to get that center circle. Then we make our arcane pentagrammy-esque kind of weird markings and shit all over it. I mean, you can do a pentagram. You can do whatever you want. But right here, I just kind of lined it out. Put some weird symbols on there. And I didn't like how thick they were. Made them a little thicker. Played around with that. You'll see that here in a minute. Just line it out. Line it out until you're happy with it. As much or as little as you want. I mean, if you got to this point, you didn't even have to do all the stupid glowy shit that I do on there. This works just fine. You can just draw your runes in there on those side circles with a black magic marker or something. You can also make them runes do different stuff. See, thicken it up. I don't show it off. I said, hell with it. I'm just going to thicken everything up. They don't look thick enough to me. Need thick. Nice and thick. Demon style. See? Thick. Alright, then I paint my runes on with some white. Just a straight old white craft paint. And if you need runes or whatever, I just Googled some, and these are based roughly off the Dark Eldar runes from 40k. But, I mean, there's all kinds of weird demon runes. Just make some squiggly lines. It don't matter. Just make it demon looking. Put some sharp points on them or weird shapes. Like that one right there. And a little dot in the middle. Oh my god, a little dot. Dangerous dot. Dangerous dot. But yeah, first thing you do is white. Once the white's dry, then to make it kind of glowy, you hit it with the apricot, which you'll see here in a few minutes. Kind of dry brush apricot all over it, and then down the black lines and stuff. And I white line all these. I use the white as a highlight all through all this to start out with. Like, you don't get it out. I don't think I show it all, but it's all on all the lines and whatnot, so I can make them all glowy on a fire. See? They're all whited. So then we just hit it all with apricot dry brush. Just a little dry brush action with apricot. Craft paint. There you go. Just hit it with the apricot. Doing it all with apricot. Then when you're done with that, then you're going to just go through with an even little tinier brush and just kind of highlight everything on top of the apricot with a neon orange. That's folk art neon orange. Folk art neon orange. Why I can't talk? Have no idea. Haven't even been drinking it today. Here we are. Now a little dry brush action. Dry brush. Oh, look at the glowy, flamey kind of stuff going on. I mean, it's not fancy. This is not like, super technical painting. This is like, throw some dry brush on there. Now get a little deeper. Use that neon. Folk art neon orange to make it fiery. Fiery. Oh my god, how fiery it is. Isn't that amazing? Make sure you spray paint this bad boy first, because that'll seal this down pretty good. That way you can paint on this. Because since it is just card, it would swell. And do it when it's all together. That way everything works out and lines up. Don't get crazy and try to hand do each one of these by themselves. That would be kind of a nonsensical way to try this. Somebody might have tried that. Not going to mention who. Probably wasn't me. Alrighty. So, we took our puzzle, and this one was kind of an oval shape. So as you watch me do it, we made like a demonic circle or a binding circle or summoning circle, could be anything. But what I'm gonna use it for is a ritual to banish a big old greater demon that my guys are fighting. My players are gonna fight. So how this is gonna work is you take this thing apart, but every time, if we're saying we're playing D&D, you can use Arcana checks. They do Arcana, they succeed. If they make a success, they get a piece. They get a piece of the puzzle, they start building it together. While everybody else is trying to hold the demon off, or whatever. As a demon, and every time they get one of these 6 runes, the demon gets weaker. Say, ICRPG, what we do is, this demon is like unkillable, you can't stop it. The only way to stop this thing is banish it. You can beat it around, weaken it, but you can't totally destroy it. It'll keep regenerating until you banish it fully from this world by assembling your ritual circle. So, in ICRPG, how we do it is magic effort. Every time they get a heart with a magic effort, and it's cumulative, they get a piece. If they crit on it, they get 2 pieces. So that's how I would do this. So they just build it, and you take this thing apart, and then they gotta try to put it back together. And it will be fun. It'll be interesting. It'll give you a good mechanic to play with. So, just tear your thing apart, and then they gotta build this thing together. Your back's still just a blank puzzle, so they don't really have any hints there. But it should make for a fun time, interesting encounter. You can do the same kind of thing with like a treasure map, as they're getting that, or like pieces of an artifact if you wanted to do that with a puzzle. Also, you could do it for almost like having a video gamey sense of like discovering the world. You can put your world map on a little puzzle, like a cheesy version of it. It says you're exploring the areas, so it's almost like the Fog of War deal. You can do that, but I think it's more fun as an interactive piece in the middle of the encounter. So, I mean, think about this. There's a demon whipping the shit out of all your guys, and they're doing everything they can do, and the only thing that's making it weaker and making it even fightable is 1 or 2 of the other characters trying to complete this ritual. Every time they manage to get one of these runic pieces and get it attached to the circle, the demon weakens a little bit. Like it takes, in ICRPG, just say it's 1 less point it can regenerate, and it's -1 to any roll it does. So eventually gets all this. You get all 6 of the runes, it's -6 to all rolls. It can't regenerate any of its life points, and once you get the full thing down, you can beat this thing down, get the full thing, and it vanishes. So, it'll be fun. 1 action, they try to get a piece. If they build their action to do that, it's great. They can't do nothing else. So they're trying to figure out the runes while this demon is rampaging and tearing the shit out of everything. So, make yourself a nice puzzle handout. Nice, simple, cheesy, easy. This costs $1. Took me about 2 hours to throw together with drying time. Super simple. I mean, I just drew me a weird kind of, pentagrammy, but not pentagrammy, because who wants to get Satanist or whatever, but we're going to just go with some weird arcane kind of circle, make it kind of glowy. You can do whatever you want. I went with a red, hellish looking thing, so try it out. Hope you like it. That's how we do it, DeathCraft style, baby. So until next time, craft or die. See you on the flip side, people.